Привет.
Привет.
That was all that I knew.
So you didn't finish school?
No, I didn't. Some just will never repay. I didn't eat at all. I was eating like 1 apple a day.
Hi guys, today I will introduce you to my amazing friend. She's from Ecuador. She speaks Spanish. She also speaks Russian. She was performing at the Kremlin. She was participating in the Voice 2 competitions. My amazing Nicky!
Hi, Katya. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Me too. Finally we met and I cannot wait to introduce you to beautiful people of Miami, this beautiful star. Ты знаешь, где ты находишься?
Да, конечно.
Где?
Design District.
Oh, you see, guys, she does speak Russian. That's super cool. How did you learn?
I learned in Russia, in Moscow. I lived there for 7 years.
Wow, so how it happened?
My dad went to live there, and then I went when I was 14 to study music in the Gnessin University.
Probably it was very difficult transition because you're from Ecuador.
Yeah.
And the tradition, the way you eat. And now at 14, when you're a teenager, you're going to Russia. Completely different culture with different people. Plus no Russian, right?
No Russian at all.
So you arrived to Moscow.
Yes.
You knew only здрасте, right?
Привет.
Привет.
That was all that I knew.
So it was difficult, right?
It was super difficult at the beginning, especially the language. But I think after 2 or 3 years, I just fell in love with Moscow, Russia. Well, I was mainly in Moscow. I visited different cities, but mainly Moscow. It's like, I always say Moscow is like Disney. You know, like it has all of this like palaces and like gold. It's beautiful.
Do you have any favorite Russian song?
There's one song my dad always sings that I love is «Есть только миг».
Давай споем.
Okay. Призрачно все в этом мире бушующем, есть только миг, за него и держись.
When last time you've been in Russia?
Last time, 2019.
You have a lot of friends?
I do. My best friend is there. She's my best friend since I was 14, so I miss her a lot.
That's so cool when you go back to the country and you speak the language, you know the tradition. It's so much easier. Wow, that would be cool to go together.
We should.
Yeah, can you imagine? That would
I
be
know
amazing.
Moscow.
Actually, probably you know Moscow more than me.
I do.
I never lived there. I love Moscow. I love museums. You know, I'm like a tourist there. You actually live there.
Yeah, I'm the person that is going to show you all the cool places and the restaurants and everything.
So what is your, since you've been there 4 years ago, what is your favorite restaurant?
There is one, it's called Turandot. And the people like in the entrance, they're like with these huge dresses.
Oh no,
like stars.
I would remember that.
It's
no.
beautiful.
Who invited you to perform in Kremlin? It's a dream of every singer.
It was amazing. Well, I was actually singing in different spots, different events with different singers in Russia. The Voice went through. It was the 50 years of the program of Drozdov. They made like this huge event, and because I was from Ecuador and Latina, they were like, we need someone that is like different.
Like
so
cool story.
Yeah, so they invited me to sing there in the Kremlin, and it was amazing.
Wow.
It was just amazing.
You finished Gnessin, right?
Uh-huh.
How was that experience? Because first you needed to learn English, then singing in a different country, probably different program, the songs which you never heard of, right? Or it's more classical education there?
No, it was pop. It was all pop. For me, it was amazing. The level of the studies there is just, it can compare to Berkeley or something, but it was super high. The teachers, my singing teacher, I always say he was crazy, but in the good sense, because he made me who I am. Like he made my voice. I just had like the best time ever on the Gnessin University.
Let's talk about the dark periods in your life. You said you had some problems. Maybe it's not a happy topic, but maybe it's gonna help somebody.
I was anorexic.
Why? How it happened?
Well, in my school, I remember everyone would call me like fat or ugly, so that...
You was chubby?
I could say I was not chubby, but I was big. I was like a big kid. Like I was super tall and but I was not fat, but I was big. So everyone would call me fat, ugly.
In Ecuador?
In Ecuador.
And when you went to Russia?
Then I went to Russia, everything was good. But in Russia, first I entered the university when I was 14. So I was super young.
By the way, how they accept you at 14?
It was a crazy story. We went there, I did some auditions, and because I was from Latin America, they like allowed me to do this. It was like a whole thing, but at the end they accepted me at 14.
So you didn't finish school?
No, I didn't.
Wow, that's very nice to skip a few years. So
and do what you love, that's amazing, right?
Yeah.
The music university, and every girl was like, you know, a superstar there, and they were all super skinny. So after I was being called fat and ugly, I was like, okay, I'm going to stop eating. I have to be like that too.
That's why.
So that's when it started. And then I didn't eat at all. I was eating like 1 apple a day or...
So you was like this?
Yes, I was very skinny when I was like 16. And 17, and then I went through depression and anxiety.
When you're hungry all the time.
Yes, I didn't eat at all. So I went through all of this and very dark periods.
Who was your best friend that time? Your parents were supporting you? Did they notice something is wrong?
Yeah, my mom knew, but my mom was in Ecuador.
So how she helped you?
I was calling her all the time, and we were with doctors. I was crying, I was not sleeping, and it was like a really hard moment. And then I went to Ecuador, I got some treatment, I went to doctors. And you know, like mental health is such a taboo. Right now it's better, like people talk about it, but back then it was a little bit more like hard to talk about.
What's happening? And
I didn't know what's happening.
People didn't want to say it to anybody, right?
Exactly, I didn't know what was happening. So it was super hard at the beginning, but then my mom was like right next to me all the time, and we went to doctors, I got some treatment, and then eventually it got better. And now I think I talk to people that have this problem, and the important thing is to know that it'll get better. But it was tough back then.
Do you think Russia changed you?
Well, yeah, for sure Russia changed me. Well, I was 14 when I went to Russia, so I grew up there. The culture, the food, everything really influenced me on how I am today.
So you have Russian basically?
Yes.
Right? You're 28 now.
Half of my life I've been in Russia.
So you have Russian.
So yeah, I could say
That's
in my heart,
yeah,
I am. And my husband is always telling me like, oh my God, you're like so Russian in like the cultural way, the food. You know, Russians are very like straightforward, and Latins are more like, oh. So I was very like this. Now I'm trying a little bit more to, you know, because sometimes people can get like a little bit, you know.
When you lived in Russia, did you feel like you're a superstar? Because you don't look like a typical Russian person. So when you was walking on the street, did you feel that people looking at you?
Well, I did feel different. Obviously, in my university, I was the only foreign person. So everyone was like asking me questions.
Where are you from?
Looking at me. Yeah, at first I looked kind of Southern, you know. So people were asking me, but when they heard me speak and they heard the Spanish, everyone was like, what?
And everybody wanted to be your friend.
Yes, it was super cool. Yes, it was super fun. I loved it. I had like so many friends there. And then even on the streets, I would be like walking, talking to my mom or whatever, and people were like, or in the metro. You know that everyone's quiet in metro?
Yeah.
So when I would go with my Latin friends and we would be speaking, everyone was like, what's happening here? But it was cool. It was cool feeling different and just like, it was like a spot. And it's good for I'm sorry.
What about New Year? You know what? It's funny. Once I've been in Ecuador, in Quito, and I was celebrating New Year, and it was so much fun. We were burning these dolls.
Burning the dolls.
Yeah, so that tradition in Ecuador, it's funny. So what do you think about Russia and the Russian Ded Moroz and Snegurочка?
For me, it's crazy. Because your New Year's is basically like Christmas here.
Yeah.
Because in New Year's in Russia, you celebrate like the, how do you say, Santa Claus, and then you have like the gifts and everything. For us is just like the ending of the year. We burn in Ecuador these things, and then we jump through fire, and everything's so fun.
So what are you doing right now in Miami?
Right now here I'm doing like different shows, events, and I'm also recording my music.
So you're gonna have an album coming up soon.
Yes.
It's gonna be on Spanish or English or Russian?
Spanish. For now it's Spanish.
That could be cool to combine different languages.
Spanglish, like a Russian Spanish, English.
Spanish, yeah.
That would be amazing. But what if I show you?
Really?
Yeah.
That would be amazing, like a recording studio.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Some people want it all, some just want everything, but everything means nothing. Welcome to my house.
Thank you.
And my home studio.
Wow, that's super cool. Do you write music also and songs?
I do.
Lyrics.
I write all my lyrics, and I try to be in all the process of my songs. So in the producing process and everything.
So you write on Spanish, I assume.
In Spanish, and I try to mix a little bit of English sometimes.
Let's do next one on Russian.
I would love to. I have to do it.
Have you ever tried to make like lyrics on Russian?
I've never tried. Like I know Russian, I can speak it, but when I have to write it, I'm like, wait.
That would be very exotic.
It's hard. Yeah, it would be. I will try to do something Russian, English, Spanish.
¿Aló? Bueno.
Yo te propongo una locura.
So how do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I would love to have like bigger concerts than now, have people that listen to my music, just share my stories, everything that has to do with
But
music.
I know you're teaching music also.
Yes, I'm
if
also
you guys
singing
want to
teacher.
take classes from the pro.
Yes, I'm also a singing teacher, so we also want to create with my husband business. We also want to do a music school, so there's like so many plans.
You see yourself
in
Miami.
For now, it's in Miami, but who knows? We can expand somewhere else.
Why you like Miami?
Miami is the center of everything. Everyone's here, all nationalities. You have the sun, you have the beach.
Do you go to the beach?
Yeah.
What do you like more,
eventually.
Miami Beach or Ecuador Beach?
I love Ecuadorian beach because it's so real. You
Yeah.
have the people that come to you and sell you like a small ceviche or the coconuts or something. Here's more like
Commercial.
Commercial, yes, for sure.
But the
So,
beach is nicer, right? Like
it's nice.
nice sand.
Yeah,
You
like
don't
the
need
sand
to
is
walk
beautiful.
1 kilometer to swim.
That is true.
Guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Please leave your comments below this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Nikki, what is your Instagram?
My Instagram is Nicky Stefan Music. Don't forget to follow me there.
Of course, and we will see you at your next concert.
Very soon.
Bye.